Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. It's kind of cool out, which is nice. We're getting ready for the hurricane. So, who knows? Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
You got sunburn. You look good.
Yeah, I got sunburned for being in the kitchen all weekend.
I know. It was a nice event last night.
It was a great weekend.
That band, what was the name of it again?
The first Saturday, we had, oh God, look at this, I hate this when I forget this. Well, yesterday was Off the Hook.
Off the Hook, right.
Yeah,
it was yesterday.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, my memory forget. I can remember 30 years ago, but I can't remember yesterday.
Yeah, it was really great. The people were so friendly.
Yeah, everybody was
nice.
They really are.
Middle-aged group, and everybody's so happy.
You don't say middle-aged, you say young.
Yeah, well, they act young. Hey, but it was so nice. The food was great.
Right.
Everybody loved those empanadas.
Yeah, those. I have to thank Stacy on that.
Stacy, she's amazing. She cooks, she cleans,
right.
she
does everything.
Puts the things on your wrist. She's very good.
Yeah, she is. I have to give her credit for that.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of great ladies that work here. I have to say, Jesus is a great place.
Yeah.
So welcome, Marlene McDonald. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Thank you very much, Valentina. So good to see you.
Yes.
So good to see you looking so well.
Oh, thanks.
Robust, so full of life.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. And look who we have. Your old friend, Stephanie Carlino.
Good to have you with us.
Co-founder of the Breakfast Club from day one.
There you go.
We got in lots of trouble together for a lot of years.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie and I did a lot of great things, a lot of funny things, a lot of bad things.
Here we go.
We're not going to tell what they are. We're just going to let it go with that. We mixed it up.
Yes.
We just mixed it up. No?
We just talk about everything and nothing. And, this is a great place. How do you like our little stage here?
This is interesting, and this is
Greg Kajust.
Mr. G over here.
Mr. G.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
How are
you
you?
so much for letting this happen. Really.
Isn't it
That's so
unbelievable?
sweet.
Thank you
That's
so
so
much.
sweet.
Well, because he did. My car is empty finally.
Yay!
Nah, don't say that. I don't know about
You know
that.
what my car looked like.
I do. Yeah.
Just give it one more day, you'll see.
No, but we have a storage space across the street that he got us. So basically, I could be a human again.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me fix that for you. There you go.
So it's really nice to have you. And,
Yeah.
we do a lot of different things on the show, but let's talk a little bit about what you've been up to. Innovate. We use that. I use it. I use it constantly.
Yes, you do.
3 days a
Yes,
week.
you do.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's our newsletter that comes out.
Yes, and that's what I use to disseminate all information to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, it's terrific. And I'm always telling people, go to Innovate, Don't read the paper, go to Innovate. That's the paper. So let's talk a little bit.
What's happening in the world today is newspapers, God love them.
Yes.
We need them, and I'm saying that we need newspapers.
Yes.
But in this time of the world, everybody really does need to have something online.
Absolutely.
You need to have a presence online. So yes, I've been running Innovate Long Island since 2017. Our good friend John Kamenicki, we all three of us, good friends with John Kamenicki, started Innovate Long Island. Oh, I brought that as well.
Look at this, my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And
I
was showing this to Greg.
I wrote a piece in there.
You know who he looks like? Of course, I know he's probably been told that. Stephen King. A young Stephen King. I swear to you.
He would love that.
You kidding me? A young Stephen King. You don't know, and I love Stephen King.
Great idea. I love looking at this because, John was one of the people that supported me from day one.
Yeah. No, it was really more like...
He supported everybody. He was just so good for Long Island.
He was. A very generous spirit.
Yes.
His personality was bigger than life. He was a gregarious person.
Wait, say it again.
Gregarious.
Okay, now stop that in half. Pronounce the word.
Yes.
But just start like you're breaking ground.
Greg.
Right, that's it. That's all. That's it.
All right.
That's all. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Okay, so
He was.
Greg is a gregarious person on the show.
That's right.
So John, his personality was bigger than life. He would enter a room and fill it up.
Yes.
You know, he had a very quick wit. He had a really sarcastic but wonderful sense of humor.
Right. He was sarcastic, but in a good way. It was
in a
wonderful.
good way. But never to hurt anyone.
He would have loved this place.
He would have
tanked all that for him.
But be careful what you wish for, because there are some people you give a microphone to and you never get it back.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't need a microphone. He could sit here and you would hear him, you know, in Patchogue without any amplification. So he started Innovate Long Island essentially after a conversation with the Roush Foundation. He did a report for them.
Right, there was a research report.
There was a research report
that.
for them. He was involved with that. He actually wrote the report that was then presented to, I believe it was the Long Island Regional Planning Council, all, you know, so many important leaders, business leaders and decision makers were relying on the results of that report. And it was a look into the small business climate here on Long Island. How many actually do we have? What types of small businesses did we have at that time? And, you know, they were going to, the Roush Foundation was going to disseminate this information, use this information for planning purposes and things like that. So after John compiled the information, of course, you know, he was just stellar at it. He excelled at it. He gave them more information than they realized that they needed because of all of his research. And Nancy Duzinas, who is the head of the Roush Foundation, said, why don't you continue doing this? You know, here we have all of this information about the small businesses here on Long Island. Who knows about them? And
That's very true.
that sparked John's imagination, of course. Who knows about them? Who can find them? Who's advocating for them? Who's helping them? So he just started getting all of this information together. We were doing, you know, little emails back and forth. He was trying this, he was trying that, and then he launched.
And then
now
now it's like
The
a
rest is
newspaper.
history.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great one too.
It's a go-to resource
Yes.
for, we call it the innovation economy. And why is that? Because there are so many things taking place every day here on Long Island that will make our lives better. Healthcare, science, education, and Innovate Long Island is just the voice of that.
It is.
You know, that's what we
It is.
love.
Well, we use it a lot for the show, so
Yes.
we love it. We
Good.
really
And you
do.
can get your information in almost real time.
Yes,
Which
and
is
that's
key.
the great thing. That's the
And
great
you can
thing.
access it anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Absolutely.
papers today, even the magazines, the papers today can't line a bird cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no
It's true,
news.
and that's the industry I came from, you know, publishing and magazines
That's-
and
yeah. So
newspapers.
you have to move. It's either move forward or you're obsolete. That's why
Yeah.
it's so important that you
Yeah.
continued with his good work.
Well, the first thing we do, when we break bread, this is for you, this is a loaf of Italian bread. You
Oh!
bring it home and you
Okay.
break it with your family.
All right, I
Essentially, you
have
get
awesome
it
olive oil.
Because I believe in that.
Thank you.
Because
Okay,
Greg
thank
believes
you.
in it too. He's Italian as well.
Thank you
I,
so much.
before we even continue, I have to say, happy birthday. First of all, even before, like I said,
Anything, right?
Brenda Lee
Yes.
is my Kiwanis' first wife. Okay,
Yes.
I have 5 Kiwanis wives
Okay.
and 1 alpha wife. Okay, so that's
She's
Kiwanis.
the alpha wife.
And so, no, it's Mickey.
Oh, Vicky's the alpha
Yeah.
wife.
So I'd like to wish you a happy birthday, hon. I
Yes,
love you. I
happy
love you. I love
birthday.
you. We love you. Everyone
Please
loves
don't
you.
ask us to sing.
No, but everybody knows it's her birthday. I sent
That's
out
right.
a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
right.
put a lot of posts for her today.
Yeah,
She
so I
looked
want to wish
beautiful.
you, so I
too.
want to wish you a happy birthday, and I guess I'll talk to you a little later today. So to start that off, and then we have, I'm sorry, my daughter's a little cuckoo. And it was Five Stone. It was
Five Stone was
Five
the
Stone,
band.
yes,
Yes,
that's it.
that's right. It was
They were
great.
great. So just follow G's page and you'll find out what bands are what. And then we also have Nancy
Wildermuth. She's a Breakfast Club member.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Okay.
She also is the person in the community that divides information to people that need
Oh,
food, clothes, shoes.
So she's a
everything
hands-on person.
brand new,
Yeah, I
and she
like
works
that.
her butt
I
off.
like that.
Her car is always full of stuff that she's distributing.
And then to Mr. Billy Myra.
Mira.
Billy.
Billy
I say
Mira.
Myra. I'm sorry, no. I like Myra.
He
Myra's
worked
better
his
for
butt
me.
off Friday night in the Valley Street
Yeah,
Park.
that's what I heard.
He
I was watching him.
sweating oh my God, the poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
but
saw he was doing like a live thing. Poor guy, he's sweating, he's singing, he's sweating, and
he's fabulous.
yeah, he really is. He really is.
So he really did work hard. I said to him, "You earned every penny."
Yeah.
He really did. So he did a great job. And then Barbara Hafner from the town.
That's right.
It's her birthday too. So we have a lot of birthdays. Happy birthday to everybody.
That's right. And of course, our favorite Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wish him happy birthday. It's a rivalry.
No, I know. But do you know that
This is Tom Brady. This is Tom Brady.
Tom
No.
Brady, yeah.
No, listen, I love him.
But whatever.
Let's not
Do
talk
you,
about
do you know that Beatrice last night at the party
Brady.
told me that she lived next door to Tony Bennett
Oh, really?
when she was young? Yes, in Queens. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, before we were Tony Bennett's, we were all somebody else.
Yes.
We were just high school kids.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
You know.
Right.
So
That's true.
And in
That's
addition
true.
to his beautiful voice, he's also
he's
an
a
accomplished
painter.
artist.
Yes.
His paintings are
Yes.
beautiful.
I
Yeah,
found
somebody told me that he does.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he
he?
does.
beautiful
yeah.
paintings. Yes,
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Yes.
Who was? Oh God.
creative people are like that.
Anthony also paints. Anthony. He's an old time actor. He's been on everything. He always plays a mafia. He played, I think. No, that's Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
No.
All right, it'll come
Anyway,
to you
it'll
later.
come.
But also today, Christopher Columbus, on this day, set sail in the three ships, Santa Maria, the Pinto, and the Nino. So today's a good day.
It's a good day.
It is,
Good day for everybody.
Let's hope that
I guess
the statues
we
stay.
should be thankful that one of them got here.
Yes.
The votes,
Right.
right?
So, yeah, today's a good day.
Yeah, and then today's National White Wine Day.
Well, that's good to
But I'm
know.
having
Well,
my chai tea.
Stephanie, I know you're going to have
Cheers,
white
cheers,
wine
cheers.
today.
Something to celebrate tonight.
Stephanie, this is
That's
to you.
good to
You
know.
have
We'll
white
have
wine
Dunkin'
later.
Donuts. Okay,
We have
that's all I'm
Dunkin'
gonna
Donuts
say.
today. I talked to the owner today. Told him to come over. Shh.
Yeah, I want to thank Phil. Phil, you did a great job. Kathy, how are you, sweetie? You were very much missed. John, Stacy, again, thank you so much for everything you do. Jenny A, Jenny C, Saba, how are you, honey? And we have John, how you doing? And Karina. And a lot of times, Vergara. I almost said Viagra. I almost said, I almost said Viagra.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good.
It's Vergara. Vergara, how are you, hon? How you doing? Yeah, and a few other people. I kind of did a thing on my phone and I lost some people, but I apologize. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
So anyway,
So it's National White Wine Day, but
yeah, do we have
also
another one? We have
something
another one?
else.
What do we
I'll be
have?
good with that.
Did I
I'm
miss
meeting my
something?
favorite cousin for lunch today, so I
Oh.
might just
Really?
have to have
You
some
just
white
might.
wine.
You need to
Oh,
celebrate.
National Watermelon Day.
National Watermelon Day.
Do you know, when I was a kid, I didn't really like watermelon when I was a kid. I don't know why. And now that I'm older, I love it.
Well, you could put vodka in watermelon.
Yeah, no, well, you can put vodka in anything. But I don't like vodka. But I don't like vodka.
There's a great
Toothpaste.
salad with vodka. With
Toothpaste and
Okay.
watermelon.
Yeah, you can have
What is
that.
that?
No, and vodka.
That's kicking in already.
There you go.
There's a great salad with watermelon feta cheese
Yes.
and
Really?
mint.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
well,
it's
you're the
delicious.
cook now. Look, ever
I know
since
she does.
you know, what's
Yeah.
going on with you?
Well, the pandemic set in,
Yes.
and I don't know. I try. I went to the doctor though, and I lost 2 pounds from last year, which I can't understand because I have
Because
been.
the pandemic set in.
No, well, it should be the
Usually you're
opposite
gaining
way.
weight from the pandemic.
This is true. They're calling it the
The quarantine?
COVID-19.
Oh, I'm calling it the
No.
quarantine
Instead
15.
of
Yeah,
the
quarantine, yeah.
freshman,
Like the
15,
freshman,
that's right.
like
Right.
the freshman 15 in college.
Yes.
But what I've done now is and I'm not this person at all. I am cooking
You are.
and baking. I mean, it's beyond. I made these little pies for Tina and Greg.
Look at that, how sweet. Look at the pies.
They're little homemade.
Look
One is
at that.
apple, and one is cherry.
All
Oh,
right.
With little flowers
I
from
love
my
cherries.
garden.
beautiful.
Because I'm getting now.
Look, she's making so fancy,
I
too.
know, it's terrible. I'm
You're
getting
like Miss
into.
Betty Crocker.
Isn't it amazing? I went to my neighbor's Saturday night for dinner, and I brought over 2 little pies, and she said, "Go back and send Stephanie over," because this is so
Unlike you.
Unlike you.
unlike.
Is it unlike you?
Oh my God! You have no
Well,
idea.
you're also very happy these days.
That's true. That's true. Life changed. I used to be
Committed to the commitment.
committed to the commitment when I was alone.
Figure out what that means.
When I was
I'm not even going to touch that.
as opposed to being
I'm not
married as
gonna
you
touch
can be
that.
without being actually.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
wait,
let me
wait,
tell
what?
you, he's a great
We're
guy.
committed to the commitment.
Right.
Good for you.
So we.
That means no marriage.
Right.
So
I understand.
the old days, I would stop and meet my friends after work, a couple of drinks at happy hour, a few little things, and I'd go home, and that would be it. I mean, unless I had company, I rarely used my stove and oven. But now you have somebody to cook for, so we're cooking every night, and after you get through your repertoire, about 5 company meals, when you get past those, you go through the cookbooks.
Right.
And so then I started to bake. The week before this, kitchen is now my happy place.
But
Wow, that's
you also have happy hour at your house. You call her at 5 o'clock. She says it's happy hour. I can't talk.
We started that I live on a court, so it's a small group of people. And when the pandemic started, everybody was at odds. So I sent around an email to my neighbors, and I said, let's meet in the court. Bring your own little folding chairs. Bring your own drinks, and we'll sit in the court twice a week and have happy hour and catch up.
Right.
That's nice.
Well, it's a way to keep connected and talk to another person and hear a different viewpoint. And then from there we went to the backyard. But now the summer came and everybody's busy, doing their own things, and so I started to bake.
And that's really an underlying reason why you're in the kitchen and you're doing very domestic things. It's for the comfort.
Right.
You know,
need
we
some
don't-
comfort. You need to do something you like.
Yes,
Yeah.
true. It's
You
staying
know,
in
just
touch with your
have the
neighbors.
commitment.
Pardon?
Take care of the commitment.
She does.
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes,
And
I'm
he's
very,
a wonderful
that's
man.
good. I like
I'm
that.
very, listen, late in life I got very lucky. It's very difficult to meet people at any age, really.
Yes.
And so the alternative was I just went back and met someone that,
An old
reconnected with
flame.
someone from the 80s.
That good old Facebook.
It's nice.
Nothing like it, right?
That's when I say I like Facebook.
It wasn't Facebook.
Because, no, I'm just giving
Yeah,
you an example.
okay.
You get a hold of people that, I've never, but it's funny, people do have a tendency that, I've gotten a lot of requests from people that I know. It's like, oh, I think
I do too. I do too. Some I don't answer
Yeah.
because Facebook, I keep it very separate. I like LinkedIn for business relationships and people that I know through business. But I don't really want people that, that I've known from business
On your
to be,
Facebook.
no, I don't,
Yeah.
and it's difficult. You have to draw the line because
It's a very
sometimes
smart thing to
sometimes
do.
my daughter's friends, my grandson's friends were wanting to be my friend on Facebook.
Right.
So you have to be limited because it's a lovely way, used the way I do it, to keep in touch with all your friends and family. See that they're all well and happy
Yes.
and what they're doing, and not really have, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, but not really have to listen
Right.
to everything.
I
You
think
can
that's
catch
the
up
way
in
it was
about 20
intended.
minutes.
It depends
It
on
was
the
intended
business,
to
too.
do that.
The type of business.
Yeah.
But business, relationships, you can send messages on LinkedIn. You can use it similar
Definitely.
to Facebook.
Yes.
And that's what I do because we just keep the Facebook, close.
I mean, you know what I don't like about Facebook? When everybody airs out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
That I don't like.
They just
Yeah.
had one yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was about a fight with the
And they,
grandmother and
and
mother.
they
and
argue
daughter.
and
Ridiculous.
listen, I'll never forget one time, never that I was going to be president, but I was like in school when they passed notes. Remember the days at school when you would pass notes in the halls?
Yes.
And I came home one day with notes. And, I had them, put them out of my pocket, and my father said, "What is that?" I said, "Those are notes." He said, "I'm going to tell you something that I want you to remember for your entire life. If you ever want to say anything to someone, good, bad, or indifferent, make sure
Say
you
it
do
to
it
their
in
face.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Never put anything in
In
writing."
writing.
And I've never...
Or don't take any nudie pictures of yourself.
Yeah. They'll show up.
Well, I've never done that either.
Well, I bet a lot of people have. You never know. Things show up, that's for sure.
But
That's
no,
for
that's
sure.
a good thing, never to put anything in writing. And the things that, because the things they put on Facebook,
Yeah.
I don't know where it goes, but you know, apparently
They don't go away.
Apparently the
That's
cloud
right,
is,
nothing goes away.
apparently the
Nothing
cloud
goes
is very
away.
powerful. Whatever the cloud is, it's apparently very powerful and has long memory.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's all.
It's a lifetime.
Yes,
It's a lifetime.
That's what I've heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I tell my kids, now my 2 older kids, they know, but my younger kids, it's like, Dad, and he's 12, my son, and he gets pictures sometimes. And I'm like, where'd you get that from? No, one of my friends took a picture of this girl and this girl. And I'm like, let me tell you, and she got really, really upset. It wasn't like a nudie picture, nothing like that, but they're
No.
12 and 13 years old.
Right.
And it was a picture, I don't know, I'm having a problem with this. And it was a picture, and her brother took a picture of her going to the bathroom. She's sitting like this.
Oh.
I mean, you didn't see it, but still, you don't.
Right.
And the brother thought it was funny, put it out on there. And,
It's going to
That's-
cause a
Yeah,
problem
it
for
was really-
somebody somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
Facebook is like gossip.
Yeah.
In its
Well, yeah.
in its mildest form, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's only when
I mean, some of it's good. It's
gossip
good
is
for
entertaining. It's why we read magazines, and you know, and
good for
it's
marketing,
titillating,
you
and
know.
it's it's entertaining in the mildest form. But when you get down to a couple of layers in, it's damaging. It's unkind. It's actually dangerous.
Well, the bad stuff, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what you have coming up. I mean, I saw today's blast, so many things. There's so many conferences that were canceled.
Okay, so Innovate Long Island has, as you know, 3 newsletters
Right.
every week. Monday, we start the week with a calendar,
Right.
okay? It's a way to get what's happening, in the business community right into your inbox, so you don't have to go
It's a
looking at
fabulous
Newsday or Long Island Business News. My editor, Gregory Zeller, is
Wait,
very...
stop.
Z.
Stop.
Gregory
Thank
Z.
you.
Yes.
I just like it.
Gregory
You're gonna
again.
come back more
Do you
often.
want
I
something
love
like
that.
this?
I love that.
Gregory.
He just loves the way you say it.
Yes. But I call him Z. I don't call him
Wow.
Greg. I call him Z.
Gregory. I call him Gregory. So my editor, Gregory, is very talented. He is an awesome writer.
Yeah, he is.
He also has a great sense of humor and really good wit when he's writing. So in each newsletter, we start off with, well, what happened this day in history? Mondays, what happened on this day in history, but what else is happening on Long Island?
Yes.
What should you be going to? We call it stuff we're thinking of going to, and now with the pandemic, everything closed down. It's stuff we are virtually thinking of going to. And honestly, when you compare before the pandemic and now, before the pandemic, we all used to gather in one spot.
Right.
We used to talk face to face
Which was
with each
nice.
other, and it was wonderful. That's the way business got done. You went to a networking event because you wanted to meet Stephanie Carlino. You knew she was going to be there. You had an idea you wanted to pitch to her.
Yeah, definitely.
And you wanted to get right in front of her.
That was the fun part about.
That was the best way
part. Yes.
to conduct business.
I have so many friends. from
Don't
that.
make an appointment to go to her office because most likely you won't be able to do that. But go to a networking event, sit and talk with her privately, get your point across, and things will move forward. So what we have to do now is still gather,
Right.
right? We still have to gather together, and that's happening more and more. So when I first really started working at Long Island Business News many, many years ago, that's where John and I met. The networking events were kind of few and far between,
Yeah.
really not a whole lot. But as time went on,
They grew.
you went to one and you thought to yourself, oh, I could do that. I should get these people here at this table together with those people over there. We can have a conversation. I could get a panel discussion together. And that's how it evolved. And that's what's happening with the online presence
Yes.
now. everybody wants to, everybody is creating their own little space.
Yes.
Where they invite you to come in, invite you to get together with who they've gotten together, and that's how you're going to network now. Until we get
Until
this
it
figured
changes,
out.
right.
We don't know what's coming in 2021. We really don't.
Well, we're
We don't know
hoping,
what's coming tomorrow.
We don't.
we're hoping that,
We're
it's
hoping.
getting better.
Yeah,
And, thanks to people that have parking lots now, you can do
you can.
some small gatherings.
Right.
Yeah.
And, that's a good thing,
But even then, people are just still afraid. Listen, you're gonna get it eventually. It's
Let's
remember, it's a
hope
flu. You are going. It's
Exactly.
inevitable.
This
You're
is,
gonna
but this
get
is a
it.
dangerous. This is a dangerous thing.
Absolutely.
And couple that with the fact we don't understand it. That's our big challenge. We don't understand where it's going, how it's moving, who's getting it, who's transmitting it. We need that time in order to understand all of those things. We're working on a vaccine. Just because you get a vaccine doesn't mean the virus is going to go away. People will be able to deal with it better, like we have our flu vaccines and the pneumonia, vaccines every year. That helps your body to deal with the situation. But this is not going to go away.
And the people who refuse to accept it,
Right.
the young people think that youth is a cape. I mean, I've had friends die from it. I had a friend very nearly die in the hospital 13 days. That chloroquine saved him, hydrochloroquine saved him, but it's creating some, dangerous side effects in the aftermath.
Right.
So I think, in the misinformation, I think the only, that's the point. You can't even count on the truth anymore because now
That's right, you don't even know.
now every death is COVID related.
Yeah. The guy got into a car accident and died.
COVID related.
COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting a little...
So really nobody knows what to believe because the information is so sketchy. The only thing we know is the amount of deaths, which we're estimating, and what it's doing to families and children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
on a
frightening.
positive note, Z is the man that wrote about us in Innovate.
Yes.
And that's our little tagline now because he wrote about us. He says it's a comedic thrill of a show that, talks about everything. So
Okay.
we have him to thank for our little
Our
thing
pleasure.
that we
That's your
always
tagline.
repeat.
Absolutely our pleasure.
Yeah, he really is a great guy, and I've known him since Long Island Business News.
Yes.
So we appreciate what he does for us.
You're very welcome.
And we try to have fun, so we're going to have fun now, aren't we? Let's
Yeah,
play the game.
We're going to do the say it game.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Say It is a great game.
Okay.
All right, and
You pick a blue, pick any blue.
you pick one color, she picks another, and you kind of connect. Something different.
We both need
Marley.
our glasses for this. I have to read something.
Remember the
Okay.
days when we didn't need the glasses?
Yeah, definitely.
We all need glasses. It's terrible. So this is a fun game, depending on the participants.
The challenge is on them. We take a blue card?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you want to take in the first one, so there you go.
All right, and Stephanie, keep in mind, I knew you win.
Yes.
So I may know some.
Yeah, so let's be
Wait, don't
very
read the
careful.
lead.
Yeah, there's a lot of dirt.
Let's not go back to
There's a lot of dirt.
Okay.
See, Greg, you didn't know us back
Yeah,
then.
I know.
What is this?
So what you're going to do is you're going to read, and then you're going to answer with whatever card you picked.
So
what
you
is-
read
so
yours
what does
first.
yours say?
Something repulsive.
Okay.
That you play with. Oh,
So we need an answer. Both of you guys.
something repulsive that you play with.
Spaghetti.
How did you pick that?
Spaghetti.
Repulsive, isn't it?
Spaghetti?
Not that
I
I touch
happen to like.
I was going to say Play-Doh. I don't like to touch anything. I mean,
Well-
I don't even like to water the flowers. Bill says, touch. This is so funny.
Oh, was he saying touch
He says,
this?
touch the pot and see if it needs water. I said, I don't like to get my hands dirty.
Oh, really?
Okay.
See now, the devil here is the word play.
Yes.
Right.
Would I play with my spaghetti? I don't think so.
No, but you may play with
No.
something else.
What would you play with, Miss Marlene?
Something. Well,
Let's
But
go.
I-
Let's go.
I
Give me an
play
answer.
with-
Yeah. Hey, here's the kaleidoscope. It's small and it's large. Play with
All
it.
right, then I-
Answer, Miss
We're
Marlene.
gonna look
like that. That's what you're
games with Greg. See, like
Yeah.
this is his tool when he gets mad at
Oh,
me.
squishy?
He gets to
I
squeeze.
almost killed it.
Yeah.
Leo the lion. I gave him a name today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Leo. Leo
Yeah.
the lion.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, that's it. He has a name today.
Did you ever, speaking of card games, did you ever play Cards Against Humanity?
No.
No.
Don't.
Why? So why? It's
Have
not
you
good?
ever?
Is it good or
No.
not good?
Oh, talk about repulsive.
Well, you play a lot of games,
We
Stephanie.
do.
Let's call a
So now-
spade a spade.
So now I didn't know when I'm at my daughter's house and my grandson wants to play a game. It's usually sorry or war, something very innocuous and harmless. So he comes out with his Cards Against Humanity. I couldn't play. I couldn't say the words.
Oh.
I couldn't say them in front of my daughter, much less my son.
Well,
Really?
because you were around family.
All right, now,
Otherwise,
wait.
you could.
Look, let me just ask a question. First of all, that's the end of the game?
No, we
You
can
get
play
to
again.
pick
You
one
can play-
card,
Why any card? You go back and forth.
Well, you
for a
pick
little bit.
another card.
You pick another card. You
but
want to pick
are
another
they
card?
Yeah.
all
No, it's
the
no
same
different.
No,
card?
no,
in the
no,
middle?
no. They had- take
You
another
pick a
one.
blue- You pick a blue card
All right,
this
you
time.
pick
Yeah,
just
yeah,
look
yeah,
up,
yeah.
pick
Here you
one.
go.
Just pick any card.
That's
Card.
it. That's all. And you just pick any red.
Because you know we can't go from the middle. We can't go from the end.
No.
It's too easy for everybody else to be
Exactly. Okay, now you start. You have the blue one.
No, what?
No, the blue goes first. That's why I let her
So
go.
here-
Then.
Look, she's
My
getting
question-
nervous.
Here's my question. Why isn't the question something pleasant you might do on a summer day?
Well-
No. The question is something tasteless.
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 So,
What-
something
what
that
is
doesn't
it?
taste
What's
good.
that?
In a tool shed.
Something
Tasteless?
tasteless
In a tool
in
shed.
a tool shed. Well, the last time I was in a tool shed, I wasn't really tasting anything, nibbling on anything.
Okay.
So no matter
Okay.
what you say, you
Look,
get
look,
into
look.
trouble.
That's right. That's the
Hey,
object.
you
of
could
it.
have been in a tool shed with a man that had a tool belt on, you know?
There you go. You might watch a tool grow.
That's pretty cute. That's a pretty cute. What-
So you haven't licked the hammers?
Not recently, not recently.
Well, we're in a pandemic, you know. She probably hasn't let anyone in her house for a while, right?
Not in my tool shed.
We just cleaned ours.
I'm sure your tool shed may be closed for a while, right?
For a while, yeah.
We just cleaned ours.
Now, Stephanie, on the other hand, has happy hour every day.
We just cleaned ours, thank you.
Oh,
Oh God, that's funny.
So what's your card, Stephanie? This is a
No,
great
that's
game.
Yeah,
So, what
something
is it?
tasteless
right.
in a tool
And you
shed.
finish it off with that, so that makes the sentence, and then you just
Oh,
So what?
Oh, you could say ugly
Right.
aprons.
okay. Tasteless. You taste aprons.
No, but they're tasteless if they're
I know,
ugly.
they don't
I
look-
took
Oh,
taste.
tasteless
Oh,
as in
like-
their style.
I
Okay.
have taste
All right.
to
Well, that's
mean
fine.
something
Anything
different.
goes. Anything goes.
That's true.
I took taste to mean something different. I'm
Okay.
mixing
Well,
it
that's
up.
true.
Makes sense.
Mixing it up.
there
Good.
you go.
She's never at a loss for words, this one. Forget it. So let's talk about happy places.
Okay.
In the Newsday today, they're talking about shopping solo. That most people are shopping one-on-one, getting these people that take care of them one-on-one, and buying clothes that way, or doing it online with a
Right.
personal shopper.
They used to call them personal shoppers
Right.
in the large.
That's the time you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ritzy stores.
Yeah.
Right. But now I think they're more, not just in the ritzy places like Lord and Taylor.
And I did see that this morning on the news. What is it, Stitch Fix? Are we
Yes,
allowed to- I'm
Stitch
not
Fix.
promoting anything.
No, but Stitch Fix is something that you could buy and return.
right.
right, you
So
try it
now
for a
they
while.
are marketing their product specifically for your kids.
Right.
You know, your kids want to have a great outfit to go back to school or do this or do that. We can send it to you in a box.
And you can return it if you don't like it.
Right.
Right.
But the heartbreaking thing about that, excuse me, is, and it really has to do, I can kind of correlate it to the problem that print products, newspapers are having, is that Lord and Taylor
It's closing.
They filed for bankruptcy.
filing
Yeah.
for bankruptcy.
That's sad.
It's heartbreaking. Lord and Taylor is one of those
Icons.
icons. in
They're
that-
all gone. Bonwood
Yeah.
Teller, they're all gone.
Do you remember
It's
the Altman?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
My
used to
mother
be one in
love
Garden
it.
City.
And it was one right down the block.
Yes, that's in
My
Hempstead.
mother used to love that place, the Altman.
They're
But
all.
will they close or they'll just do bankruptcy and then get money?
Well, yeah,
Isn't that what they
Bill
do?
Lawyer Taylor is
organize.
closing, their New York City office
Yeah.
was rented by WeWorks,
Right.
is moving in there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Maybe
The whole-
that's
took
a
over the whole
smart thing
building.
to do. You know, we look at bankruptcy filings and things like that as, oh my God, they're going to go out of business. But it really gives the company a chance to breathe a little bit. You know, stop spending the money. Okay, you're not making any money, but stop spending the money and move things around, rethink things. You know.
Now, Barbies have rethought. It was announced today that there are going to be new Barbies that are
Okay.
going to be women related to political leadership.
What?
Pardon?
Barbies.
Yes,
We're
Barbie
going to have a
dolls.
Hillary Clinton Barbie doll?
Yes, there's going to be only Barbies that are related to political leadership. That was announced today. And I'm
I
like,
find that more attractive
Yeah.
than bobbleheads that just go like this.
and they're going to teach girls how to overcome their fears
Good.
regarding leadership.
Good. It's
So
about time.
something new. The
They
Barbies.
should be working with the Girl Scouts then.
Yeah, the Barbies are going to be political now.
Well, we should have a Girl Scout Barbie or a Barbie Girl Scout.
Well, I'm
I'll
surprised
say
they
it.
don't have one
I'm
yet.
surprised they don't have one either.
That's shocking. We have to talk to our
Have to
friend
talk to
over there.
Randy.
Yeah, she needs to do that.
That's a good idea.
I don't think the Ken dolls are gonna be doing a Boy Scout.
No,
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I mean,
he's too tall.
yeah.
Ever the diplomat. There we go. I'll drink to you, Marlene. Ever the
What about
diplomat.
that? There we go.
No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way, but you know, whatever. You know, the women, for some reason, I know you're outnumbered here, but in leadership roles, sometimes the women are really pushing more, don't
Well,
you
because
think?
women, the Boy Scouts really shot themselves early on when they made statements that really didn't pertain to Boy Scouting.
Their
Like Girl
organization.
Scouts, you know, they respected girls and women across every board, and they didn't discriminate ever. And they made that very clear. You know, you could, in your private life, you could do whatever you wanted with no judgment.
Right.
As
Right.
long as
The
when it
word
came to the
private,
girls,
yes,
you adhere to the rules, the regulations, is the fair, good way to go.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your happy place because you had that whole article.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Is it a
happy
tool
place.
shed?
No.
Well, yeah, it is in the tool shed. It's outside of the pool. She's got like a resort.
It's not a bad place to be. but this week, this month really, it's been the kitchen because, as I said, I've been rediscovering cooking and baking. And once I got past the initial baking, then I ended up with the garnishing, and I've started to really enjoy it. And I think that if you have good audience, like my neighbors and Bill loves to eat, and I've, stepped out of the box, made shrimp scampi. We got an air fryer, which is life-changing.
Does that really work?
Oh my goodness, it's phenomenal. You can make French fries and we did the crab cakes. First of all, it's a very healthy way to cook because it air fries, so you don't really use oil and butter.
But doesn't it take all the juices out?
No, I'm going to tell you something. We bought frozen coconut shrimp at Costco, and we cooked it in the air fryer, and it was like being in the best restaurant, having it come out fresh. You can't believe it's life-changing
That's
in air fryer.
wonderful. Yeah.
Well, there's a new tool out yesterday. It's called the Julia. It's a little pot where you can do a lot of different things with it. They just came out
But
with
wait, what is it?
It's a pot you plug in,
Like an instant pot.
sort of like that. It's called the Julia.
We'll have to Google that.
It's made after Julia Childs and something that she wanted to do years ago, and now they came out with it.
Well, Bill has spent 2.5 months trying to perfect the perfect poached egg. In order to do that, we have purchased pans.
Oh my God!
We purchased pans.
Boy, you guys are really
We
bored.
purchased another pan like my mother had with the inserts. That didn't work.
A lot of vinegar.
We bought little silicone things that you drop in. That didn't work. We bought a contraption that you put in the microwave. That didn't work. We had my neighbor over who was the poached egg expert. That didn't work. So finally we went to the Alton method. And we have finally, yesterday, not Saturday, but Sunday, had the perfect poached egg.
You're right, and you took pictures of it.
Of course.
This
because
is what I mean. Can you believe this is what she's doing?
Well, it sounds to me like she's on a journey to learn as many new things as she
That's
possibly
right.
can.
Yeah, well, she's at
Put it up
home
on
doing her
Facebook.
thing, right?
And I've got my
Exactly.
Can you
daughter
make a blueberry? I mean, I'll eat definitely having that.
Oh, he's
Thank
gonna
you.
they're
love
staying
that.
with you. They're staying with you.
But thank you. No, I hope so. I wasn't letting you leave.
He likes to eat big
No, the
time.
sweets, I'm a sweet.
Oh, okay. But you'll love this amaretto pie.
I gotta tell you, blueberry is my favorite.
Okay.
In the whole world.
Okay, next time you'll get blueberry.
Okay, tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Look,
I have things to do today.
Look, wow.
But next time I will. But next time I'll make the amaretto. I made an amaretto bundt cake that was so.
Bundt cake?
The one
Bundt.
bundt.
Is that the one
Bunt. Bunt.
Yeah, but
Don't
that's
you
the
know
one like
that
in the
movie,
Greek.
Bunt Cake?
Yeah, the one with what is it, Greek wedding?
Yes.
With the plant in the middle,
Bundt.
so it's like that. right?
Yes.
Oh, I never even knew that.
Oh yeah, it's the funniest thing when you said bundt cake. So the neighbor came, well, one of the, I forgot who it was, but they
All
brought
you
it
do
over
with
to her.
this, she says,
So this
you
Greek
put a
woman,
flower in it.
Yes,
You put a
it's
flower pot,
pretty.
she goes, "That's
I always
what
do
it
it at Christmas. I
Yeah.
put poinsettias in the middle.
Oh, I'm
you know
going
what
to
a
do
bundt
that
cake? Yeah, it was
next.
really
I'm
funny.
surprised you
very
never
funny.
had a bun pan. I have a bun
I just
pan.
bought one.
Oh, okay.
I bought a donut pan too the other day. I think
God.
my donuts.
Scary.
Did she wonder at the beginning of the show, did she wonder why she's gaining weight? A bunch pan, donut
But the
pan.
funny thing is, I've lost weight.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
happens to be lucky. I
went
don't
to
know
the
how
doctor
she
and I
does it.
lost weight.
Yeah,
From washing all of the new pans that you
maybe
bought.
because well, she's getting a lot of exercise.
We walked, we swam.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she really is happy. She's like on a honeymoon and she's not married.
That's great. No, that's great.
Best
You know what?
friend
I really don't
honeymoon
think
to
that.
We're
Yes,
happy.
I'm
I'll be
happy
honest
for
with you,
her.
I always say
Very happy.
I don't think we were ever meant to be alone. You know what I mean? To have a partner, whatever. And even now, of course, when you're younger, or when I was younger, I'm kind of old school. But now when I see all the kids and stuff, and I mean, live with somebody. You don't necessarily have to get married. I mean, I know.
Well, it's
the
true.
old
Now,
fashioned-
and the kids are
You
doing
know what I mean?
that.
I know. Listen, I mean, now I've learned to adapt and accept. Because in my mind, I still haven't changed it, but I just learned to accept it. You know what I mean? Because we don't change. I don't care what anybody says. What do? We learn to control.
Right.
And that's what it is. Because I know, like my first reaction, I've said this many times, when I'm driving. If somebody cuts me off, the first thing I want to do is just zip around and slam the brakes on them.
Yeah.
You know, when you cut me off. And I do. And I think about it. So what do? Of course, the first reaction is to do that. But I just think back and I go, nah, not worth it.
You think
So
this
No,
guy
it hasn't-
sometimes
this dog
it's
will
not.
have a gun?
Right. Yeah, well, yeah.
You never know.
That the kids do today, I say the women are a lot more wild
Wow.
than the men. You
Well,
know?
we just don't put up
Well,
with
it'll
things.
No, 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 no,
We
no,
react.
listen.
As far as I can remember back, it still takes two, no?
Right. You know what? Listen, I blame the guy. Listen to me.
Don't take
I
that.
never blame the woman. I got to tell you, I don't care who you are. You're young. You think of the moment. You're having fun. Or listen, my friend, put a helmet on it. Put a helmet on that damn thing, because you're at the age. Your 10 minutes of fun is a lifetime of misery, especially if you're not
Yes.
happy with the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're bringing a kid into this world. You're not thinking about it because you're just having fun. Well, then you know what? You know, I told my son, you're gonna laugh. I told my son when he was in college, I said, listen, you know what? Now you could get snipped. Right? You're gonna laugh. You can get snipped. Now listen, you can get snipped, and now it's reversible.
Right.
So much.
You could
what
go
they do-
back.
Yeah, go back. Where a long time ago you couldn't do that. So wait a second, because now you're thinking of a young kid. I know it sounds crazy, but when you think when you get home, you'll probably say, well, maybe not a bad idea. What did I tell him? I said, then you go to a bank and you put whatever in the bank, so you'll always have it. God forbid that if it doesn't work, you'll always have. You could do it vitro, okay?
Well, that's
so
very
wait,
true.
so wait, no, wait. You're gonna wait. See what you're both are doing right now? But I
Yes.
want you to think for a second. Now I want you to think if it's your kid. All right, don't think of it mine. Think of it yours. Your kid now is going to the NFL. All these girls are throwing themselves. Any kind of celebrity in general. You go to the hotel room, you get girls sneaking out there. Okay. Now it is hard to say no. And I turned around and I said, all right, you do that, you put it in the bank, you'll always have it there. Now, when you do meet someone and you fall in love, all right, then you get a reverse. If you want to have a family, whatever it is, you get a reverse. Now, if, God forbid, that doesn't work, the reversal, at least you always have it, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, if your kid comes to you and says, Mom, he's 18 years old and I got this girl pregnant. Wait, does that sound barbaric to you?
It depends on
No,
the,
you know,
it
It's
depends
nothing
on the
that's bad.
individual.
You're not doing
Yeah.
anything that's hurting anybody.
Perhaps,
Right.
Because
perhaps
you know what I
the
mean?
advice you're giving is better for older, but I mean, it's harder today with young boys. I mean, it used to be you'd worry about the girls.
Yeah, but now it's all of them.
Now
I
you
mean,
worry about the boys. My grandson
boys
is
and
16, and
girls.
my daughter says to him, if you go to a party and there's drugs or alcohol, just turn around and walk out. Even if you don't drink and don't do anything, He said, because if anything
You're in
happens,
there.
you just need
Association.
one
Right.
person to remember your name
Yeah.
and that you were there. And
Well, it's very
over.
true. That's even
No, that
with
is true. But
working
all
for
I'm thinking
a
of, when I looked
criminal.
at my son,
You're guilty by association, no
see,
matter what.
because I looked at my son and I said, remember something. 17% of that salary that you make, say 100,000, 17,000 goes right out, goes to this woman that you just had fun that one night. And then if you have another one, that's another 17%. I said, you know what, you love money, but it's not even about the money part, but it's the part of if you're not happy with the person, if you just had a one-time fling. And these kids nowadays, it's great. Listen, it's always been crazy, even at our time, but you just didn't hear about it. People act like, oh my God, my time.
You
I didn't
heard
do
about
this.
it, but it
wasn't
wasn't
even
encouraged.
Yeah, but now
no,
it's
not that it's
everything's open.
encouraged. It's
you know.
just now with all this media and everything, so you hear so much more. Listen, there's been rapes, murders, all these crazy things throughout all these years in the time of the Bible. It's just, you didn't hear about it. The news didn't air. This guy slept with 50,000 girls, raped 30. You didn't. You just didn't. Now you have a flood in Arizona, and it's on the news. You didn't even know Arizona existed on the map when we were young kids. Did you really know half of the things that
No,
you do
but
now?
nowadays
That's all I'm
the
saying.
But I
parents
knew my
today,
state capitals.
they talk about
We all learned our state
everything.
capitals.
Yeah,
Like I know my
know what I'm
my
saying.
grandchildren,
You know
they're
what I
very
mean. I'm not
knowledgeable.
telling you like that. I'm just saying
I think
in
it's
general.
better, don't you?
Too much information can be a bad thing.
Yeah,
Right,
that's all I'm
yes.
saying. Look, I got to tell you, I stopped watching the news the first 15 minutes because you know what? I know it's murders and this and this, and I really don't want to hear it. Because I got to tell you how one day, because I used to watch all the news, I'm at the park. I'm with my older kids, they were little. And I'm in this park. A couple of moms, a couple of dads, everybody. And they're all playing. And there's a guy walking around, okay? He's walking around in a circle. And he's looking, but he's just walking around. Now, I got to tell you something. It bothered me that he was walking around, okay? So what did I do? I walked up to him. I said, excuse me, do you have a kid here? And he looks at me and he goes, no. I mean, he was startled, first of all, when I walked up to him. And I said, so why are you walking around the park for? And as I said that, a woman right across the street yelled, she goes, oh, no, that's my son, that's my son. Now, mind you, he has a problem, she said to me. And I said, if he has a problem, she goes, all he does is just walk around the park. I said, but I don't know that. Okay, so for me, because I'm always worried about some guy walking around a park looking at, so now I'm thinking the worst, and I don't like that because it makes us more paranoid. It puts us in fear. And it is a good thing to always be, listen, we all have our self-within intuitions like women have or whatever, that you see something that's kind of a little scary, like stranger danger, I'm with you. But that thing made me like, I swear to you, somebody looks at me or somebody stands still, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to live in a world that
Scary.
I'm so
right.
scared. You know what I mean? I'm scared. I'm telling my kids all the time, be careful, be careful. My two older kids, I didn't do that as much. These two, forget it. I don't even let them out of my sight, let alone. You know what I mean? And that's not, I mean, when we were kids, you just
Just
remember
a
when that
different
street
world
light went on, you knew you were home.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't have to wait and whatever. And I miss listening to all these moms yelling, Greg, Sean, come inside. You know what I mean? Yelling from the apartments and stuff. And that, you know what I mean? But you went out. You were out all day, and then you knew when to come home. Now you have to do a playtime. Let's do a playtime. What is it?
Yeah, appointments.
Play
Play
date.
Yeah,
That was a
it's a
play
big
date.
thing, yeah.
Your kid knocks on my door. You come out. You play basketball, and that's it. No, you have to organize it with mom, dad.
Well, it's a whole big
and
process,
It takes so much
yeah.
away from growing up.
Yes.
And I know it's a safety issue. I'm not saying not to be. To be super safe with your kids because they are your children, and God forbid if you lose a child, and I don't wish that on anybody.
No,
and I've had a few friends that have, but I don't know. All this media stuff, I'm not
It's
too
tough.
keen about
It's
it.
tough.
Really not.
It's tough.
You know, we live to see who's watching this and who's doing this. And
Well, but
that's what
we
I'm saying,
concentrate
you know what
on positive here, so.
I mean? No, that's not what I mean. I'm just talking
No, but in
life
general, I
itself.
mean, you got to do. You got to look at the other side. A lot of times where,
It's different.
I don't
for
even
sure.
watch certain things anymore. Do you watch everything anymore?
No, I don't really. I listen to my television.
Right.
I like to listen to golf games.
Golf
my
games.
God.
You're a golfer.
You're
Really?
kidding me.
I am
I like
not
that.
a golfer myself. They won't even let me drive a golf cart.
Why, you got in trouble? Did you hit
Yes.
something? Okay, I
Yes.
figured that.
A number of times in trouble with the golf cart. And I don't play only because I don't have, the time or the
Yeah,
money
you're a busy
to
lady. You run
get
this
into
big
it.
company.
I would love to learn how to play, but when I'm home and if there's a tournament or something, to me, it's so soothing to listen to the announcers' voices.
Right.
It's such a quiet, slowly paced thing.
It's,
You know,
it's
there's-
calm. That's what it is.
They
It's
want
calm,
to
so,
kill
right?
each other. They want to take that golf club and really whack the heck out of their opponent because they want to win. But there's no running up and down a court. There's no bodies flying
right.
into each other like football.
It's
you
very
know?
civil. That's why they
Yeah.
call it the gentleman's
That's
sport.
right.
Yes, but
I
you
just
actually
love
held
I
so many
listened to
golf outings.
I did.
You handled
That's why I
everything
got in
from
trouble with the golf club.
soup
Did
to
you ever
nuts.
join, did you ever
She
join
did a
the
lot of
Executive
golf
Women's
outings.
Golf Association?
I never did, and I have thought of that group so many times over the
You
years.
really
Is
should.
I was a charter member when they first started.
it still intact?
It's still intact, and they have, and they approach it the right way. They first, before you can join a league, I would join, start with the 9 holes. Before you do that, they make you take they don't make you, they strongly suggest.
Yeah, you
take
were
tests.
a big thing.
They
in that.
strongly suggest you take the etiquette course,
Okay.
which, tells you how to
Etiquette.
play golf.
Because you can't get in trouble. That's why you just take the etiquette
and then
course.
from there, you can join a league. When I was a Girl Scouts, we played. You know why? Because it's a very and in business, my friends play because when you call someone to do business with them,
It's a
you get
big business
you get an
thing,
amount
yeah.
of time on the phone. If you go to someone's
Yeah, with
office, you
them.
get an amount. When you take someone on the golf course,
It's
they're
different.
yours for
That's
about
what the
6
biggest
hours.
deals in the
They're
world.
no, by the 5th hole, you have an opportunity to change their mind. If it's still no at 9, by 18, you come to some sort of an agreement.
Right.
It's
It's
true.
And
true.
then you go for cocktails, and what could
And
be
then
better
lunch.
than
Right.
that?
Exactly.
Dinner, whatever. Yeah.
So how do people, sign up for Innovate and, how do they
People
reach
sign
you?
up for
And,
Innovate? Well, my email address is my name, and it's very long. It's MARLENE dot MCDONNELL at innovateli.com. And Innovate LI is one word.
Okay.
And it's been pronounced, telling you the truth, by our Italian friends as Innovatelli. It's not.
I like that.
Innovate LI is short for Innovate Long Island.
Yes.
You can go
Capital
to our,
letters.
Yeah, well,
It's
either
all
way.
lowercase.
Okay.
You can go to our website, innovateli.com.
And they can sign up with the
You can
newsletter.
sign up for the newsletter. You can read
Everything.
our stories, read everything.
That's great.
Send us comments. Send me if you want to get in touch with me. You can certainly email me and let me know what you think of anything and everything.
Yeah, and you've got to tell Z that I said
I
hello.
will tell Z. you
And
said
these are
hello.
for you. These are some of the books published at the Breakfast Club in the last
Oh.
3 months.
Okay.
And this is for you.
Over
It's
the
something
last
for
3
you.
months.
This is for your skin.
Okay.
And you want to talk about tranquility? You're going to
Yeah,
go
we
to
have
a
to
nice
thank our
place.
sponsors. We have to thank
Give
our
one to
sponsors.
Z.
Okay.
Paulie P, what's
Do
going
they
on,
have
babe?
golf
Paulie
in here?
Puccio, that's the honeydew guy.
Honeydew, Paulie P.
Paulie does
He's the
great
one that's
work.
getting
He
me
really
out of my
does.
mess in my house.
That's right. He's a home improvement handyman.
Wonderful.
You can reach him at 516-667-4253.
He's the honeydew this,
That's
honeydew
right,
that man.
that's
He's
right.
great. He's
And
great.
Tranquility Spa Since you definitely have to go.
And
It's
you'll
a
be
must.
going to
It's
the
a must.
Salt Cave.
That's right. So it's on 700 Franklin Avenue in Franklin Square.
Yes.
And then Oro Puro Jewelers, Teddy, Christina, you know how much we love you. For all your jewelry needs, they have everything under the sun. They have a cappuccino,
Cappuccino when you
espresso,
order your
all
jewelry.
the above. So I want to thank everyone for coming on.
Stephanie?
I just also have to just.
Yes, you're going to
Heidi, I'm
give us,
sorry.
and you're going to give us a recipe. We're going to
Oh, that's
post
right.
it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Once a
Heidi, I
month.
want to say bye, Heidi. Thank you for
Yes,
watching.
well.
Love,
This is
love.
for you, Stephanie.
And
You're
then
going to do
Rachel,
your face.
Christy, Chris,
Thank you.
and Kathy, thank you so much. And Angela. And I know I'm missing a few of you guys. Susan and the other
A lot of
Susan.
people watching.
So, and Rosemary, you know how much I love you. Say hi to John for me. And Brenda, again, have a wonderful birthday. And I will talk to you later on. I love you. And it's a...
Well, before
Oh.
before that, I want to say the happiest people I know are the ones that lose themselves in service.
And
Helen.
I just want to say, look at the books that she's sending me home with. Ambassadors of Hope, In Love and Friendship, From Fire to Freedom.
That's the big
right.
baby.
The book that
That's right.
Valentina wrote. Sincere and a genuine person.
Thank you. And you know what, John?
Absolutely
Thank
loving,
you.
loving.
John really, he supported me a lot.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we have to leave on a good note.
All right.
So everybody have a great day.
And
we'll see you
that's-
soon. We'll see you on Thursday. And it's a...
And that's a wrap.
All right.